Hey boys, it's HarmNone. Today we're going to be customizing the Bravado Gauntlet Hellfire in Grand Theft Auto Online. Yes, I know that I just did the customization battle on this car yesterday. However, I felt like I haven't done a customization of this car for a very long time, and I went and looked, and the last time that I customized this car was on December 19th of 2020. So it's been over 2 years since I've done a dedicated customization, and I felt like it was time to go back and give it another shot. So here we are at Los Santos Customs. We're going to go ahead and get right into this, starting off with the armor. We're going to go all the way up on that, the brakes as well for sure. For the bumpers, we do have front and rear options for this thing. I am kind of thinking about maybe going for the secondary bumper and splitter. I kind of have an idea in mind. This might not work, but we're going to give it a shot. So let's do that one. For the rear bumper, we have the wheelie bar and the chute. I don't like that upgrade at all, so we're not going to go for that. However, the engine, we are going to max that out, of course. For the exhaust, we do have quite a few different options here. I think the race exhaust is ridiculous. I also think the tuner exhaust is almost too big. I do really like the big bore exhaust, so we're going to go for that one. We do, of course, have some side exit options for this thing too, but I'm not a super fan of them, so we'll avoid that. For the grille itself, we can go for a full delete. We can also go for a secondary grille, a black grille, a primary open grille, secondary open grille, or of course a black grille. I'm going to go for the black grille. I think it kind of looks the best, so we'll do that. Headlight covers, we could go for some of these. I've never actually done that. You can go for intakes instead of headlights. I don't really love the look of it though. I like having the headlights on the car, so I'm going to keep them. There is this bull bar option we could go for as well. Not a super big fan of it though, so we're going to leave it off the car. However, for the hood, we do have a few different options. We have the smooth hood, the secondary colored hood as well. We also have the carbon hood, the primary vented hood, secondary vented, as well as the carbon vented. And then we got all these blowers. I'm not a big fan of those. I'm almost tempted to go with the smooth hood, but I do think that the stock one just looks a little bit better, so I'm going to keep it stock for right now. For the lights, we are going to go xenon for sure. For the livery on this car, we could put one on. I'm not 100% sure on this yet. I don't know exactly what I want to go for. This is a pretty cool option here, but I don't know. We're gonna have to come back to the livery for this thing. For the plate though, we are going to go yellow on black. Obviously, for the rear panel on this car, I do like that it comes in black stock, so I'm just actually going to leave that alone completely. I like how that looks, so we'll keep that. Now, I was thinking for the color of this car, I kind of want to go for something a little bit darker, and in fact, I'm actually thinking of going for an all black on this thing. So let's put the black on, metallic black that is. And for the secondary color, I didn't realize that it did the roof. Yeah, that's annoying. Well, I guess for the secondary, we'll also go black. I kind of had a plan with the splitter there. I was planning to do the splitter guards that the Dodge guys don't take off their cars. I think they look fine, but a lot of people seem to make fun of the Dodge community for that. I think they look fine, like I said, but anyways, I was planning on doing something like that, but unfortunately it doesn't look like I'm actually going to be able to, so that is annoying, but oh well. For the interior color, I think I want to go for a bluish silver. I kind of like the look of that. It's like nice and like kind of tame, but it's kind of bright as well. I think it works pretty well with the color of the car as well. So let's go back to that front bumper option here, and let's actually just change that up. We could go for the carbon if we wanted to. We could also just go for the secondary splitter, but it's still not going to work with what I actually want to do. So I guess we'll just keep it stock, honestly, because it gives us that nice black look that we have for the grille as well as the rear panel on the car. So we'll just leave that alone, I guess. Now for the livery, we could add something on here. I'm almost thinking about going for the black on black like livery. I think that it would look pretty cool. I'm not 100% sure about it. I do kind of like this one though. The Bravado billboard's not bad either, but I do think that I kind of like the black two-tone. I think that looks really like kind of cool. So maybe we go for this. I think we're gonna go black two-tone on it. Then one more thing that I have to do with the respray, I actually want to remove the pearlescent because I think it's gonna look, oh yeah, it looks so cool, like just completely murdered out. I like that a lot, so let's do that. Now for the roll cage, we could add one. I'm not a big fan of it. I'm gonna leave it alone because it's not a track car, so we're gonna leave it. Could go for the carbon roof. That is an interesting option that we do have here. Do I want to go for the carbon roof? It is black, it does kind of fit the theme, and it does give us another sort of shade of black. However, the roof is already a different shade of black, so I think we're just gonna leave it. For the skirts on this thing, I could change the color. They don't really change or add anything onto the actual skirt itself. I do think that it looks a little cleaner with the primary color on it. However, it matches up better with leaving it like stock, so I think I'm gonna leave it stock. For the spoiler on the car though, we could go secondary, could go plastic as well, could go carbon, could go for the stock car spoiler as well, drag spoiler. I'm not a super big fan of a lot of the wings on this car. I think we're gonna go for the plastic lip spoiler to kind of blend in with black. Hopefully it doesn't quite blend in very well though at the same time. I don't know, we'll have to see it outside. I think it looks okay for right now though. For the suspension, I am going to slam this all the way down. It just kind of looks a little better that way, so we'll do that. Race transmission, let's go for that. The turbo as well. For the wheels on this car, what do we want to do? I really liked what Twingo did in the customization battle, if you guys saw that. He went for the cheetah RRs and he did them in like a bronzy sort of color, and I think that would look so sick with the black. So that is something that is kind of tempting me. I'm wondering about doing it, but maybe with a different wheel. What if we go into the track section of wheels and see if we can find anything in here that looks good? The Super Lux aren't bad. I feel like they kind of fit with this car really well. Same with the high fives, but I don't know. I feel like they fit, but they don't. You know what I mean? The expressways aren't bad either, but they still, I just don't think they fit quite well enough. I wish that I had the modern mesh or the ice storm. Either of those would be so sick. Same with the forged star, that would be cool too. What if we go into the sport category? What if we look at some endos? I feel like endos would be a good look for this vehicle. They're not bad, they're not bad. 6-spoke though, I don't know if it really works with the Challenger. I feel like we need like a 5-spoke rim, you know? 59s aren't bad. The Mercies, of course, they look great. I do absolutely love those rims. Could also hit them with the S Racer. I don't know though, it doesn't really appeal to me. Let's check the street category here and see if there's anything that would work in here. We got the Endo V4 dished. Those don't really work though, honestly. Shufade concave, not a bad look, but not really like super great either. Concave racers are okay. The deep plate reverse is okay. The Mega Mesh, I do love the Mega Mesh, but I don't know. I don't think they're gonna work with this build. I think I'm gonna have to go for the Cheetahs, the Cheetah RRs. I don't know. They just work so well with this car. I think let's do that. For the color, I want to go for maybe a dark copper, or do I go dark ivory? I feel like dark ivory looks crazy. I don't know, that looks so sick to me. Let's go dark ivory, or maybe not actually. I don't know. I feel like dark copper is almost better, or is bronze better? I think bronze is a little darker. Yeah, a little bit. Let's go bronze. Let's also bulletproof the tires, of course. We're gonna do that. Windows, let's tint those out as well. And then let's go back to that interior color. And what if we change the trim to like bronze? Something like that. That's not a bad look. I feel like the bronze is too like bright though. What if we go for like a brown of some sort? What if we go for like a bleached brown interior? Oh, I don't know if that works. I don't know. I might just go back to my bluish silver. Maybe we should go. Let's do stone silver. That's like a nice sort of muted color. I feel like this thing looks pretty good. I'm pretty happy with the build. Let's take it outside and see what it looks like in the sunlight. I'm interested to see what this livery actually looks like on the car. It's kind of nice. Like it works well. It reminds me a lot of like Twingo's car from the customization battle, where his livery like kind of didn't show up super well because of his darker color, but I feel like it looks so good. I'm really happy with how this has turned out. Of course, now we have to do a sound test on the vehicle, so let's hear this thing. Overall, it definitely sounds pretty good. Let's take a look at the interior here. Not a bad interior for this car, actually. It's pretty nice. I don't mind it at all. Some carbon in there. don't mind that. Definitely a pretty good looking interior overall, I would say. There's something about the color that's not like quite right. I wish that I could like kind of tweak it. I wish I could make the roof the same shade as the rest of like the top parts of the car, like the trunk and the hood. It's just not quite the same, and it just like kind of bothers me ever so slightly. But you know what, we're kind of making it work. I feel like this is a pretty good looking car. I am pretty happy with this. I do like the bronze wheels on this thing. It reminds me of the Hellcats in real life, at least the older models, like the 2015s and stuff. I remember they I think came by default with a bronzy sort of wheel, and I think that they looked really good, which is kind of where I got the idea to put those bronze wheels on this car. Obviously also from Twingo, but I'm pretty sure that's probably where he got the idea from as well. So overall, I do feel like it looks really good. I am happy with the build. Maybe would have chosen slightly different color in hindsight, but you know, the black on black is pretty lethal, and the bronze is like a nice splash of color onto the vehicle. So you know, I'm pretty happy with that. Now of course we got to talk about the performance of the Hellfire. The Hellfire is known as definitely one of the most fun cars in GTA Online. I've had this thing on a couple of my most fun cars lists. Certainly is a great one to drive around. It's certainly very fun to drive. If you want to go fast around a circuit, for example, like if you want to race the Hellfire, good luck. You're gonna die. It's not gonna go well, but you know, good luck to you, more power to you. Yeah, all jokes aside, it definitely doesn't handle super well, but if you stay off the accelerator in the corners, it's not like terribly bad, I would say. But if you are on the accelerator in the corners, the tail end of this car is going to come out, so don't even think about it. If you're on a tight racetrack that potentially you could fall to your death if it's a stunt circuit or something like that, the Hellfire, it's going to struggle a little bit with that. But beyond that, the Hellfire is pretty awesome. The acceleration on this thing is super good. The top speed is also quite high. As you guys saw, the customization options, there are quite a few. I would like to see a few more. I wish that there was a couple more things, particularly liveries. I think would be very nice to see, because you are kind of limited with your builds with this, I feel like, but it's not too bad overall. And I think generally, you know, for the money that you have to pay for the Hellfire, which is 745 grand at full price, and right now when I'm recording this, it's on sale for one more day at I believe $520,000, which is a bargain. And you know, for being one of the most fun vehicles in the entire game, also having some good customization and generally being pretty fast, and you know, I think it's a great car for free mode overall. So I think all those things combined, I think that makes the Bravado Gauntlet Hellfire just a very worthy car of its price tag. Definitely a worthy car of picking up. If you've never owned a Hellfire before, I would highly recommend picking it up. If you like drifting in GTA, the Hellfire is one of the easiest cars to drift in the entire game, just because it's got so much power. Overall, just a very good car. Definitely one to look into if you guys are interested. That's pretty much it for my Bravado Gauntlet Hellfire customization and review, guys. If you enjoyed this video, if you learned something, a like is of course appreciated, if not dislike. Subscribe to the channel if you guys are new, and I will see you all in the next video. Until then, take care. Peace.